Akashwani presents Morning News. Good morning, I am VC Pramod. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to unveil multiple projects and schemes worth over 42,000 crore rupees in agriculture and allied sectors in New Delhi today. Prime Minister to launch key agriculture initiatives, PM Dhan, Dhaanya, Krishi Yojana and Mission for Aatmanirbharta in pulses. President Droupadi Murmu urges tribal community to pursue education as a means of empowerment and progress. Civil Aviation Minister Rammohan Naidu asks airlines to maintain reasonable airfares during festive season. US President Donald Trump announces additional 100% tariff on goods from China as Beijing restricts rare earth exports. And in cricket, India to resume first innings play at overnight score of 318 for 2 against West Indies on day 2 of second test in New Delhi today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch, inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects and schemes worth over 42,000 crore rupees in the agriculture and allied sectors during a special Krishi program in New Delhi today. Mr. Modi will unveil two major initiatives in the agriculture sector, PM Dhan Dhaanya Krishi Yojana and Mission for Aatmanirbharta in pulses. During the event, the Prime Minister will also interact with farmers. The program highlights the government's continued commitment to farmer welfare, agriculture self-reliance and strengthening of rural infrastructure. More from our correspondent.
During the function, Prime Minister will launch two major schemes in the agriculture sector with an outlay of more than 35,000 crore. He will launch the PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, which has an outlay of 24,000 crore. The objective of this scheme is to enhance agricultural productivity, increase adoption of crop diversification and sustainable agriculture practices. He will also launch the mission for Aatmanirbharta in pulses with an outlay of more than 11,000 crore. It is aimed at improving productivity level of pulses, expanding the area under pulse cultivation, strengthening the value chain procurement, storage, processing and ensuring reduction of losses. With Dipendra Kumar, Aman Yadav, Akashwani News, Delhi.
On the occasion, the Prime Minister will also inaugurate and dedicate to the nation projects valued at over 5,450 crore rupees in the agriculture, animal husbandry, fisheries and food processing sectors, while laying the foundation stone for additional projects worth around 815 crore rupees. President Droupadi Murmu interacted with members of the Siddhi community, a primitive tribal group with African roots in Gujarat's Junagadh district yesterday. During the interaction, President Murmu encouraged the tribal people to pursue education as a means of empowerment and progress. She expressed happiness that the Siddhi tribal community, a particularly vulnerable tribal group, has achieved a literacy rate of over 72%. President Murmu also praised the nature-friendly lifestyle of tribal communities, calling it a source of inspiration for sustainable living. She emphasized that the active participation of tribal brothers and sisters is vital in building a just and inclusive society that respects and preserves tribal culture and traditions. She said, ensuring equality, justice and protection of tribal rights is essential to achieving the vision of a developed India by 2047. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar expressed his deep appreciation to Afghanistan for its strong condemnation of the Pahalgam terror attack on the 22nd of April. In a joint statement following talks between Dr. S. Jaishankar and Afghan Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi in New Delhi yesterday, both sides unequivocally condemned all acts of terrorism emanating from regional countries. The Afghan Foreign Minister reiterated the commitment that the Afghan government will not allow any group or individual to use the territory of Afghanistan against India. Civil Aviation Minister Rammohan Naidu has urged airlines to keep airfares at reasonable levels across different sectors during the upcoming festive season. Addressing the monthly review meeting in New Delhi yesterday, Mr. Naidu emphasized strict adherence to safety protocols and stressed the airline to adopt best practices in passenger convenience and service quality. The minister has also directed Tariff Monitoring Unit of the Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) to maintain strict vigilance on airfares and ensure compliance with the tariff range declared by airlines. The GST Bachat Utsav announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and launched on the 22nd of last month is benefiting all sections of the society. Today our correspondent brings a report on the GST reforms that will empower different industries of Himachal Pradesh.
The next generation GST reforms have brought a significant relief to farmers and industries across Himachal Pradesh. Under the revised GST rates, the tax on locally produced items such as kala zira and chili oil has been reduced to 5% from the earlier 12%, benefiting hundreds of farmers and rural households engaged in their cultivation and processing. Similarly, the apple cultivating farmers will also gain from reduced GST on packaging materials such as cartons and trays, reducing input expenses during the harvest season. In the industrial sector, nearly 20,000 workers employed in food processing units and medical device industry will also benefit from the reduced 5% GST as it will reduce retail prices of the product. The reduction in GST on agriculture products will further support farmers, strengthen rural livelihoods and boost industrial growth of the state. With the revised GST rates, Himachal Pradesh is poised to emerge as a state of thriving markets and flourishing communities. With Dilnashi Arzu, Ishani Yadav for Akashvani News, Delhi.
The National Democratic Alliance (NDA) is set to finalize seat-sharing arrangements among its constituent parties today. BJP Core Committee is scheduled to meet in Delhi today to finalize and discuss name of candidates for the two-phase Bihar Assembly elections. The meeting will be chaired by party's National President JP Nadda. Senior BJP leaders, including Union Home Minister Amit Shah and other members of the Core Committee, will attend the meeting. Announcement on seat-sharing arrangements among NDA and its allies is likely to be made after the meeting. Talking to media, BJP State President Dr. Dilip Jaiswal said a formal agreement regarding seat distribution has been reached. He said the announcement will be made today. More from our correspondent.
In the seat-sharing agreement in the NDA, the larger chunk will be retained by the BJP and JDU. Sources said BJP is likely to contest 101 seats while the JDU will contest 102 seats. The remaining 40 seats will be distributed among allied parties, Lok Janshakti Party, Rashtriya Lok Morcha and Hindustani Awam Morcha. Bihar has a total of 243 assembly seats. In the Grand Alliance, the formula of seat sharing is still under process among RJD, Congress, Vikashsheel Insan Party and left parties. Congress Campaign Committee Chairman and Senior Leader Akhilesh Prasad Singh has said that the Grand Alliance has also reached an agreement on seat distribution and will announce it soon. With Dharmendra Kumar Rai's report from Patna, Payal Sharma, Akashvani News.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle @AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download the News on AIR app. The India Meteorological Department (IMD) has forecast heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places over south interior Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Karaikal today. Parts of Kerala, Mahe, Andhra Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura are also expected to receive moderate to heavy rainfall till tomorrow. The weather agency further predicted thunderstorms accompanied with lightning and gusty winds at isolated places over Gangetic West Bengal and Odisha for today. Meanwhile, the IMD has issued a warning for fishermen in the Bay of Bengal region due to squally weather conditions till tomorrow. Renowned actor Deepika Padukone has been appointed as the first ever mental health ambassador of the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In a social media post, the ministry informed that Deepika expressed her deep honour in taking up this role and emphasised her commitment to supporting India's ongoing efforts. US President Donald Trump has said that the United States will impose an additional 100% tariff on imports from China from next month in retaliation to new export controls Beijing is planning for valuable rare earth minerals. In a social media post, President Trump said the extra levies will come into effect from the 1st of November, adding that his administration will also impose its own export controls on critical software effective the same date. The 100% tariff would add to 30% duties the United States is currently imposing on goods from China, meaning Chinese imports would have a total tariff of 130%. President Trump later suggested he could roll back the tariffs if China scraps its export controls. Tens of thousands of Palestinians headed back to the heavily destroyed northern Gaza Strip as a US-brokered ceasefire came into effect in a deal that raised hopes for ending the Israel-Hamas war. US envoy Steve Witkoff said Israeli troops have finished withdrawing from parts of Gaza, starting a 72-hour countdown for Palestinian armed group Hamas to release all remaining Israeli hostages. Israeli officials say 48 hostages are still in Gaza, including 20 who are believed to be alive. Hamas will release all of the remaining hostages by Monday. French President Emmanuel Macron has reappointed Sébastien Locarno as Prime Minister just days after his resignation, asking him to try again to form a government and produce a budget in a bid to end the country's political deadlock. President Macron's office released a statement last night announcing the appointment of Mr. Locarno on a social media post. Moving on to the world of sports. In Test cricket, India will resume their first innings at the overnight score of 318 for 2 against the West Indies on day 2 of the second test at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi today. The match is scheduled to start at 9:30 a.m. We have more in this report.
On day 1 yesterday, opener Yashasvi Jaiswal scored an unbeaten 173 to help India reach 318 for 2 at stumps. Yashasvi on 173 and skipper Shubman Gill on 20 were at the crease when play ended last evening. Sai Sudarshan contributed 87 runs while KL Rahul added 38. Team India is aiming for a clean sweep of the 2-match series with a commanding performance following their decisive victory in the series opener at Ahmedabad. In the ICC Women's ODI Cricket World Cup, New Zealand defeated Bangladesh by 100 runs in Guwahati last night to register their first win of the tournament. Opting to bat first after winning the toss, New Zealand posted 227 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in stipulated 50 overs. In reply, Bangladesh were bowled out for 127 in 39.5 overs, giving New Zealand a decisive victory. England will take on Sri Lanka in Colombo today. The match will start at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. In football, India's under-23 men's team defeated Indonesia 2-1 in the first of the 2 international friendlies played in Jakarta last night. Swati Rukheja, Sports Desk.
And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Pramod. Mostly all papers headline the story of the meeting between S. Jaishankar and Taliban Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi. The Indian Express headlines, India resets ties with Taliban ruled Kabul to upgrade technical mission to embassy, while the Statesman headlines, India-Taliban government reset ties after 4 years. No to Trump, Nobel to Machado. She dedicates her prize to him is the headline in the Times of India. The paper adds that the Norwegian Nobel Committee snubbed US President Donald Trump by awarding the 2025 Peace Prize to Venezuelan democracy activist Maria Corina Machado. SC declares cracker of a Diwali in Delhi NCR headlines the Hindustan Times. The paper adds that the Supreme Court allowed the sale and bursting of firecrackers in Delhi and NCR for 5 days during Diwali, marking the capital's first festival with legal fireworks in years. And finally, at 18.8 degrees Celsius, yesterday was the coldest night of the season in Delhi and the national capital region, says the Tribune on its front page. And with that, it's back to you, Pramod.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to unveil multiple projects and schemes worth over 42,000 crore rupees in agriculture and allied sectors in New Delhi today. Prime Minister to launch key agriculture initiatives, PM Dhan, Dhaanya, Krishi Yojana and mission for Aatmanirbharta in pulses. President Droupadi Murmu urges tribal community to pursue education as a means of empowerment and progress. Civil Aviation Minister Rammohan Naidu asks airlines to maintain reasonable airfares during festive season. US President Donald Trump announces additional 100% tariff on goods from China as Beijing restricts rare earth exports. And in cricket, India to resume first innings played overnight score of 318 for 2 against West Indies on day 2 of second test in New Delhi today. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.